everybody. Turn that down. Hey, Thermobite and Disparity. Sounds like everyone's here. Hey, Slurgy. Welcome back. Yeah, as you can see, I finally broke down and got Photoshop and made a new overlay yesterday. Doing pretty good. Hey, Delta. Yeah, I used to use GIMP for, hey Heather. I used to use GIMP for all my image editing stuff. That's how I made the previous, overlays. But I was using it yesterday to try to fix it up a bit, and I got really frustrated because GIMP is just awful to use. And I finally just got really so frustrated that I just went ahead and paid for the monthly subscription for Photoshop, and oh my god, within like 30 minutes I was able to put together a way better thing than I could with GIMP. It's just so much easier to use and so much faster. Hey, Moonkid. I love that name, Moonkid99. That is, I don't know, that's excellent. So yeah, now I've got way cooler. Yes, time traveler, we will get to the Discord link in a minute. Have some patience. We've got a new setup. Look at this. Oh, so nice. So much better than before. Hey, Laura Wayna. And then we can like whoop, bring in the keycam real quick. Or take it away. I got two of these and I'm not sure why. Anyway. It's so much nicer than before. Got a lot more real estate. Hey, Thermobite, thank you. Well, anyway. Hey, Monsieur R. Hey, RP Varela. Oh, that's cool. I've really been meaning to watch that. It's on my like to-do list, watching the GDC talk on Subnautica. I think there are two there were two this year. But yeah, I'm excited to watch. Alright, so let's get to this. I'm gonna stop this other music playing. This. Ooh. Oh yeah, Discord server link. Right. Here it is. Here's the community Discord. This will take you to the welcome channel. But yeah, go on there. Let me know if there are channel types that you want me to add. Or change. But yeah, join in, talk with everyone. Recursion, who is the previous owner of that channel, is already posting stuff in it. In the works in progress. So yeah, go nuts. I will try to be around in that channel more. Okay, so here's some music. We listened to it yesterday, but we're gonna listen to it again today. And I made this for the title screen, and I'm definitely going to put it in for the title screen for now. I don't know if it will stay that for the final release, but this is early too. This is not like it's not finished, but it sounds pretty cool anyway. So here we go. Sorry, had it muted. As you can see, it's still a bit early. I want it to be a bit more dramatic, but you could kind of get the idea. I think it makes a pretty good title track. It might be a little too dramatic because like the title screen as it is now, it's like you're looking at some icebergs with some penguins on them, which isn't exactly dramatic, but I think it'll work pretty well anyway. Yes, I do have 2 Discords. One of them I'm gonna get rid of. In fact, I'm gonna do that right now. Yeah, the other music workbench is was my first attempt at making the community of one, and then realized it was probably better to use the community channel that was here already when Recursion decided to just give me ownership of it. So yeah, there's 2 of them right now. Just join the one that's on the link. And I will probably delete the other one. I didn't even know you could view it at all. But anyway, well, thanks, Time Traveler. Yeah, so the whole reason I was like, we had decided that title screen music was something we would worry about towards the end of the project. Because we're like, it's not really important. It's early access. Do the title music later. You know, we want to have like the game music in. But every time I would play the game in the early access version, the title screen would pop up, and you have this new image for the title screen, which is cool. But the music's the same as the old game, and I don't think there's anything wrong with the title music for that game. It's good, but it's this reminder that like you're playing this incomplete thing, and it's a reminder of the old game. And I was like, man, I really want people to, like, even the early access people, to be able to log into the game, start it up, and feel like they're starting a new thing. To me, title screen music is like really important. It's very important at like setting the mood and like getting you excited for what you're about to do. And so, hey Gizmo, thank you for the subscription. Yeah, so that's why I was like, man, maybe I should just make something cool for the title music, something kind of dramatic and exciting. And I had this idea of using like 3/4 time signature, which I hadn't done with Below Zero yet. Yeah, and I was like, I wanted to do something with the sort of below signature like bell sounds, which is this, but in a 3/4 time signature. And that was really the whole start of it. So I just started with that and then kind of moved on. And then I was like, added the this melody, which is from the piece that I will probably use for lily pads later. Not later. I mean, the piece I'm using for lily pads already. Hey, Alex Black Raven. Welcome. So yeah, I added that and then just sort of went from there. This part's my favorite. That's really fun. I want to add more and more layers to it to make it really dramatic. I may even go back and listen to my old trailer music from for that very first Below Zero trailer, because I did a lot of like dramatic instruments added to that. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to put it in the game. Have a new give people a new feeling, like a feel that they're playing a new thing. It'll be cool. But today I was thinking of working mostly on that other piece that we played yesterday. So I'm gonna close this for now. I don't know if I changed anything, so I'm gonna say no. Create a new file. Oh yeah, delete. I hope you guys like the new overlay. It's so much simpler. And I'm really happy with the key cam. Desk cam. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Reflect. I can't believe like how quickly I was able to put this together after I finally just bit the bullet and got Photoshop. It's such a like so much nicer than using GIMP. Even though technically they kind of do the same things, like it's just such an easier thing. Close. There is a MIDI keyboard, Alex Black Raven, but it's underneath the rest of the desk here. I'll show you in a second once I get this started. Here. Just loading up instruments here. Here, I'll show you. So we turn on the key cam. MIDI keyboard. Very cool. Alright, so here's the other piece, and I'm going to work on this today. Okay, so yeah, not done. We're gonna work on it today. So this is, I think I'm gonna have this for the tree spires area in Below Zero, which is what we're developing for the next update, which is at the end of the month. So yeah, the vocals part is not great right now. That's something I think I'm gonna work on or maybe change entirely. So that might be the first thing I do. I want to add more vocals to this piece. This part I want to keep pretty much intact. This beginning part, I like how minimalist it is. And I kind of just want it to stay that way. But yeah, the vocal part, not great. Been messing with the volume of it here with my little fader here. That's a little better. It feels a little clumsy. Yeah, hang on. So, volume level's good. I'm gonna keep it at that. Moonkid99 asked, do you make all music on speakers, or are there instances when you've used headphones for an entire track? Normally I try to use a combination of using my studio monitor speakers and headphones. I use headphones always for the show, just so that there's no feedback. But yeah, I try to use both because it's really good. Doing both gives you more insight into a piece than if you did just one or just the other. Time Traveler asks, do you guys think this game will be as big as the first game map? No, the plan, as far as I know, is it's going to be a bit of a smaller game world. Maybe more smaller experience. That doesn't mean that it's not going to be a big map, but it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be as big as the first game. At least that's what I know. Still, I've looked at the plans for like the world. Like they have this really cool like world flow chart that they built for like the design of the game. Like it's not a geographical map, but it's like a map of almost like a flow chart of the different areas and like what items are needed to get there, and like how they flow into each other and how you get from one place to another. And it's still pretty extensive. So yeah, so it'll be cool. All right, so this spot here, let's do this again here. We'll start a little bit behind. Yeah, I don't know, it's still, I like the sound of it, but it feels really clumsy how it just sort of like blurts out. Let's try a thing where it like kind of fades in quickly. And then we'll just try new stuff instead. This doesn't work. Oh yeah, here, if I move this thing around, you can see you can watch the fader move here because it's motorized, which is the reason I bought it. Whoops, grab it. Yeah, it's pretty great. I love it. That's much better. I like that better. Yeah. Unfortunately, I cannot take suggestions from the chat, and I'm sorry about that, but it's a legal thing. Sorry. Alright, so that works. This one does not. This one, I think, needs to just start a little bit later. Let's try the same thing here. See if I like that. Yes. I guess it still starts early, huh? If we start it right on the beat, I feel like it's gonna sound like it's starting too late. Not necessarily. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I just like it having a slower attack, I guess. Okay, well, that was fixed easily. It's not often that I can do something and have it done that quickly. Gizmo asks, did you play Katana Zero yet? I have not played it. It looks very cool. I'm excited to give it a try. I really haven't had much chance to play anything lately. Mostly it's been playing the original Subnautica to try to actually finish the game. Instead of just play it and get 70% of the way through and then stop. Subglitch asks, oh, this is a good question. Do you practice switching to work on another track to keep your perception fresh? Yes, I do that occasionally. I'm usually pretty good now at, like, noticing when I'm starting to, like, when I'm getting to a point where I can't make good decisions anymore on the track. And so, yeah, when I get to that point, I know to switch to something else and work on a different thing, or just switch to not music work, do something other than that. Like, you know, like yesterday I did Photoshop all day. Actually, to be fair, yesterday I did mostly GIMP, gave up, bought Photoshop, and did Photoshop for like 40 minutes and finished everything I needed. Yeah, that's nice. Totally works. Oh, you know what else I want to add? Man, I have got to get that Stream Deck so I can switch camera views really quickly. So, you guys remember this. This is literally just a simple noise generator synth with a ton of reverb on it. It sounds amazing. But I've used it in a lot already, and I want to use it right here. Hi, Matt. 5 Nights at Prunty's. I love it. I'm trying to figure what pitch is best for what I'm trying to go for here. Maybe this? Oops. We don't need to play this, we can just place it. pretty quiet, huh? Much louder. Try that. Maybe it needs to be lower. Try that. That's pretty good. We'll leave it at that for now. Matt asked, you already know which biome this will be played. I think it will be tree spires. I haven't really consulted the rest of the team on that, so I'm gonna, show this to them, present it, say like, I think this will be tree spires, see what the creative leads think of it being tree spires music. But yeah, that's my plan. And Tree Spires is something we're shooting for the next update. So that'll be like a new region for that. Oh, tree spires as in like trees that have leaves on them. Trees that grow, not the number. So, what could I kind of want to add more exhale vocal parts. So let's load up exhale and see what, whoops, I did not mean to add a chord track. Remove. In other news, I've been reading up on updates that Cubase has gotten since 7.5, which is what I'm using. 7.5 is pretty old now. It's from 2013. And it's probably about time for me to upgrade, and I think I can upgrade without wrecking the project files. So yeah, I've been going through the videos that Steinberg has released of like what's new for this version. So like what's new for 8, what's new for 9, what's new for 10, and seeing if it'll be worth upgrading for me. All right, add instrument track. I should probably organize the instruments, huh? Thanks, Daniel. Daniel asks, how do you pick a tempo to work in? Just based off feel, or do you get direction from the creatives? So there's a lot of different ways. One is I may have an idea in my head, and I'll just sort of like figure out what that tempo is for whatever the idea is. Sometimes I will base a track off of some other piece of music that's not mine that I like, and I'm like, oh, I want to try something similar, and I'll just take that tempo and start from there. Uh, Another thing I do is I will write down the for any given project, like say for Below Zero or maybe Into the Breach or whatever. I will write down um, the tempos of every piece that I've already written, and then I go through it and I say like, oh, what's a tempo that I haven't done yet? And then I'll start working on that tempo and see if I can come up with any new kind of ideas. Yeah, Gizmo, I know what you mean, and that's why I'm afraid to do it, or why I haven't done it already. Because I've always been sort of neck deep in a project, pretty much endlessly, and so I haven't really had a chance to upgrade. But on the other hand, I've upgraded Cubase 2 or 3 times now, and it's never once broken any individual project file. I guess Cubase is just really good at being backwards compatible with old stuff. Subglitch asked, do you know anything about Native Instruments Massive X? Not really. I mean, I know Massive is like the synth, but I don't know what Massive X is. Binary asks, how do you come up with melodies for a new track? I'm struggling a bit when it comes to that. Yeah, melodies can be kind of hard. For me, melodies come easiest when I already have some kind of chord progression. So, like, if you take, like, I'll take this bell droplets thing of mine. So if I do like, oh here, hang on, I've got the camera for this. So if I got like let's say I start in the key of C minor, which is like that's a key I use a lot. So we'll get this to be our like chord thing here. So if I do like C minor, and then I move to what is it? Flat major, 2 chords. And just like alternate between these two. So if you start with that, here we'll even just record it. Whoops. All right. So you've got 4 measures here, right? One of these is really loud here. Turn that down. Then we can double it. Hey, Sultanis, and sorry, WZDYT for getting banned. Moobot is pretty strict, I guess. Okay, so trying to write a melody. That's what we're doing right now. So if we got these two chords, I'll put this away. Well, we're gonna do a melody now. Keep going with this. This is a really simple chord progression, right? Really loud. You can use the chords as a guide for writing the melody, and just like have the chords sort of going on repeat as much as possible, and just play around with the keyboard and see what kind of like what sounds cool and what doesn't sound cool. That's like the easiest way to start. Sometimes some things work and sometimes they don't. But yeah, starting with a solid chord progression can make writing a melody a lot easier. Like, this is super simple, but it works. So yeah, there's an idea for writing a melody. I hope that helps. Alright, so we started. We're gonna load up Exhale here. Alright, we're gonna stop that so we can mess around with this. So... let me turn it down a little. So Exhale is a vocal library. And you get a lot... I'm gonna turn it down some more. So we don't like... That's kind of fun. It might be interesting. What if we do like detune like a lot? Not detune. What if we push it down an octave? Oh, why they have to make the interface like this? There we go. Whoa. That's kind of cool. Interesting. What else we got? Binary asks, what is the first VST plugin you'd recommend a newcomer get? I don't want to spend too much money at once until I feel comfortable using FL Studio. I would say you instead, since you're not yet comfortable using FL Studio, just use the whatever came with FL Studio. Like whatever built-in instruments FL Studio already has, just play with those. Don't even bother spending the money yet. Ooh, I like that. What if we bring it back up? Oh, it's always such a pain to get it right at 0. They don't have any other way to zero it out, and it's annoying. There we go. That is nice. Okay, hang on. Okay, and then we're gonna do something else. Maybe we'll get this pad out here. First, let's mute that. These are so weird sounding, and it really works. Yeah, you don't need to buy any plugins now. If your goal is to just get familiar with the software, just do that, and you'll be surprised at how much you could get done with just the built-in software. Everything sounds weird on its own. You're just like, ugh, but it's like all in how you use it. I guess these are just pad though. Hang on. Oh, these are one shots. I thought I had selected pad. Here, hang on. Well, thanks for saying that, Black Raven. That's wonderful. Good luck, and thanks for stopping by. This is nice. Let's see how this works. See you later, time traveler. Thank you for stopping by. I don't know. Actually, you know what? Let's mess with this some more. I think I know what I want to do here. We'll slow down the attack on all these. Oh, whoops, I just read the things wrong. See you later, Gizmo. Sorry. Time Traveler, in theory, you would only get copyright slammed if you were making other people's music or if you were playing other people's music. Shouldn't, if you're making your own stuff, it shouldn't happen. Hey, Maddie. Cat just joined in. Yeah, I don't know about this. It sounds neat, but I haven't found a place for it yet. Ooh, that's kind of nice. Yeah, I mean, it's not amazing, but it's kind of a cool use of it. Let's keep going and add another exhale thing, see what we can do. Sometimes I like to mess around with presets, see what ideas I can get, and then like modify them. Down, way down. Ooh, that's neat. They do that. Sure how they do that. It looks like they're switching volume really quickly. Or adding delays really quickly. I'm not really sure which. I don't quite know the exhale interface that well yet. Ooh. Oh well, let's listen to some other stuff. Like a reverse? Nope. Oh, it is reversed. That is very cool. I think that is... I might know what it was, but... There's a lot going on here, and I don't quite understand it. Looks like I need to spend more time learning how to use Exhale's engine. Hey, no pity kitty. Long time no see. Ooh. Fascinating. I'm doing pretty good. Oh, I forgot to mention to everybody that I'm gonna have to end this show a little bit early. Probably end at around 10:40. Not really finding anything that's super inspiring. Whoa. So let's just go back and start our own thing. Boop. I don't really know what I'm doing here. It's not going very well. I'm gonna close this and we'll just listen to this again because I am losing my mind here. Just gonna remove that. Let's start over from the beginning. I've got an idea for something. It's a bit that goes through my head every time I hear this part, and I never really thought to actually just try to perform it and record it. Yeah, something like that. I think that's good enough for now. Subglitch asked, Ben, can I send you my track and get feedback? Unfortunately, no. I used to offer that, and then I got overwhelmed. I just got so many people asking for feedback, and originally, a few years ago, I was trying very hard to give everybody feedback that asked for it. I would get a lot of emails, and it eventually just became too much, and I couldn't do it anymore, so it's just taking up so much of my time. So, like, sorry, I can't really do feedback anymore. But you can join the Discord. Here, I just started this new Discord. There will be other music workbench viewers and other musicians there. You can submit stuff for feedback there, and I can't really promise that I will be able to go on and listen, but I might be able to. Lock1 VIP asks, are you composing this with a specific game scene or environment in mind, or are you just sort of noodling and seeing what comes out? So it originally started as being, when I first had this first like half here, it was just sort of like trying to do something ambient and kind of mysterious, but not too threatening. And then as it evolved, I decided I wanted it to be for the tree spires area in the game, which is going to be sort of more fully developed in the next update of the game, which happens at the end of the month. Or that's the plan, anyway. So yeah, this is going to be for tree spires. I used to put what area a piece was for right on the screen, but it seemed like it was not... People just didn't see it or didn't notice it, so I stopped bothering with that. But let me know if there's a better way for me to convey what it is, what I'm working on. Let's go back here, I guess. What if you put your schedule on the screen with the current project highlight? You mean like the live stream schedule, like the weekly schedule? I feel like I'm running out of space on the screen too. I added a hey, thank you for the subscription. That's what this needs to be. Re-centered a little. There we go. I also added the chat here, but that also takes up a lot of space. Let me know if that's something you all want more. Like if you would really like to have the chat showing up. or if you'd prefer it to not be there. The other thing is, yeah, I have to figure out how to have the chat and like the key cam up at the same time. Like it's a bit of a mess. Monsieur R asks, put a scrolling thing along the bottom. Oh, that's probably a good idea. Just having it animated probably makes it easier to notice, huh? Um, Monsieur R asks, do you have regular exchanges with the devs about your work every day, every week? Do they sometimes ask for changes? Well, so for me, I generally try to. They have meetings every day, literally every day, uh, every business day anyway, and they'll meet up. What they have called a stand up meeting, and that's like everyone gets on the team Slack, and they do like a video conference, and everyone just says what they're working on that day or whatever. And then if they have questions for each other, they'll ask questions. It usually only lasts like 20 minutes. And then they'll have bigger meetings for specific subjects throughout the week as well. So I try to join in at least one meeting a week and update what I'm working on. And then like I will also post whenever I have music. I'll post it on there, and if I have questions, I'll post it in the Slack. I'll just ask. So we have a team Slack where everyone sort of communicates on there, and it's like Slack is it's actually a lot like Discord, but it's more business oriented. And so yeah, I communicate with the team fairly regularly. It would probably help if I did more communication with the team, but yeah, they're very accessible. It's very easy to be like, oh, I have a question about what kind of vibe are we going for this or whatever, and they're super helpful. So it works pretty well. Do they sometimes ask for changes? Yeah, sometimes. They haven't really asked for much though. In general, they've liked what I'm doing. Bottom corner. Okay, so everyone. It seems like the consensus is if I do have the chat, then we should put it here in the bottom corner like this. A bit hard to read, maybe. That's the other thing. It's not like a game where there's like a 3D space and it's like the background is more like aesthetically pleasing colors, where here it's like more menus with text are behind the text, so it's maybe a little hard to read. But anyway, the only reason I'm adding it is I know some people requested it because some people said they couldn't see the chat with their app. The way that their app worked, it would cover up the chat, which seems weird. It seems like the chat is like a very important part of Twitch, and it's weird that they would have apps that would block the chat. But anyway, I get for when I'm full screen. I guess yeah, full screen does make sense. Hey, Alley Catnap. We'll keep it here for now and see how it goes. RP Varela asks, you did the sound effects for FTL? Is right. How did you do the warp sound? Uh, so the warp sound, you mean when you jump from one system to another, or one star to another, or whatever. That was a number of sound effects. I don't think anything was what I recorded specifically, but it was like, um, it was like the sound of an elevator starting up, like the motor of an elevator. That was a sound effect that I had found somewhere. Um, that, some synth stuff, and then one other thing that really gave it that nice. It sounds like that kind of whale sound, but I don't remember what I did for the whale sound. This is like 6 years ago, or 6 or 7 years ago now. But yeah, it's definitely my like the best sound effect I've ever made is that warp sound. I love it. Screen chat helps. Okay, so yeah, if the screen chat really helps a lot of people, I'll totally keep it. And let me know if the screen chat that you're seeing is like big enough that you're like, or you're seeing enough of the chat and it's not disappearing too fast. Because I don't want it to be like you're not seeing enough of the chat to really understand what's going on. All right, let's listen to this again. Oh, after a time, was the water phone worth it? Monsieur R asks. That has yet to be determined. I haven't used it as much as I had hoped I would so far. Um, but that doesn't mean we'll see. I guess I can only really say that at the end of the project when it's done. So far, I've only really been able to use it for like really abstract ambient stuff, and I mean I knew that going in, but I haven't been able to find as much of a variety of sounds as had hoped to get out of it. Still, it sounds really cool, and that's awesome. I'm really happy about that. The parts where it has been used are great. But yeah, I'm gonna do another recording session this week and just get more material to work with. All right, all right. Let's listen to this thing again. Hello. Yeah, I guess I'll be cutting. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't need to cut it soon. I kind of planned out a lot of stuff. Hey, Laser Wolf. Planned out my day a bit poorly today, so I thought I might end this early to get myself prepped for something else, a meeting I have. But think I'm think I'm good. So we'll keep going for a bit longer. Oh, you know what I'd really like to add to this? I don't know if I saved it as a preset or not. Let me see here. You probably recognize this from other parts of the soundtrack. That's not the thing that I wanted to recreate. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was, and I modified it. I might just go into the other piece and save it as a preset. Alright, I'm just going to load up the other one from the other piece. This is going to take a minute, so in the meantime, ask me questions. Save this. Lose it. Hey, thank you for the subscription. So, things are good. Doing great. I'm keeping up with my work really well, doing these streams, and everything's pretty great. So, what's everyone playing these days? That's my stock question when I'm not doing anything else. Slurgy asks, what's your approximate total throughput for a project like Subnautica? Below zero, in terms of like tracks per week. That's tough. I'd say it's slightly less than 1 track per week, but I really don't know. Oh, Slay the Spire, man. I really have been meaning to get to that. Alright, I think it's this one right here. Yep, this is it. Alright, I'm gonna save this as preset. I know you're not hearing it, but zero vocal. I can file crosscode. I don't know crosscode at all. Okay, that's saved as a preset. Don't save this. Now we're gonna open up the old file again. And a lot of... I guess I've been playing a lot of D&D. I started a new campaign. That's something I've been doing. Just two other people. It's just me and Allison and Kevin. So it's a tiny group, but we're having a great time already. Alright, so now we have this loaded. Let me load up. Get Voxingo recorder started again. Okay. And preset. Just made. Go. Oh man, Planet Coaster's so good. Alright, so now we've got this thing. Not really sure how I made it before. Looks like I added a filter to it. I'm gonna slow it down too. Too much going on in this part, so maybe it could be after that. Kind of cool, but I think it... I'm afraid that it evokes the Deep Twisty Bridges area too much. I think it's possible that that sound needs to stay in the Deep Twisty Bridges and not go anywhere else. I don't know. Not sure. Unless I can modify it enough so that it sounds really different. Not sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure where to take this piece. But that's, that's part of music writing. One of the first things I learned about music writing was that it involves a lot of sitting and listening and not actually doing anything. And thinking about what you're doing. Well, let's listen to it one more through the whole piece, and then I'm gonna cut it for today. But I'll be back next week. Oh, also Joe and I will be playing Astroneer on his channel tomorrow night. 7, usually around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Also, the Discord server is up, so there's a link to it. Go to it. Join in on the conversation. Introduce yourselves. I have an introductions channel on the Discord. Share music, talk about music, whatever. I'll try to be around and pop in and say hi. Alright, let's listen to the whole thing. All right, yeah, I'm really happy with this piece, even though I haven't done much today. I think it's in great shape already. I'm not sure what I will add as I go, but I am happy with where it is so far. But anyway, thank you everybody for joining. And I will be back next week with more new music from the game, and I'll be sharing the process like always, answering questions. The overlay will be a bit more refined, I think. By then, I'll have the face cam ready. Like I have this like this here, but it's not perfect. Doesn't have everything that I want on it. But yeah, I'll see you all next week, and remember to join the Discord and join the conversation there. Thanks, everybody.